Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Do I sound like David Frost from about 20 years ago? Look, I'm in a different room. Look at that nice thingamy I've got behind me. Just positioning it a little bit. Hey, great to be with you. Great to be with you. And I'm here to remind you to join me tomorrow, Thursday. Whatever Thursday is, the 20th, how could I forget that? The 20th of January, 2022. Lovely to see you there, Margaret. So tomorrow, I will put the link here after I finish this. It's the launch of a great new coaching venture called the Coaching Pod, but it's also 22nd anniversary of Be Your Own Life Coach. And I'm going to be doing a special event tomorrow, 6 o'clock UK time to 7:30. I'm going to be talking about what it really takes to have a successful coaching business in 2022. If that sounds good to you, put coach in the thread so I can see that you're either a coach, and I know that's a very broad word these days. It means a whole range of stuff. But if you're offering a service or you're helping people get a particular result, that's coaching. So stick coach in there so I know. So here's the thing. Here's a little pre-launch of what I'm going to pre-launch of what I'm going to cover tomorrow. I'm going to cover really why coaches might struggle to get the success that they really deserve and to get the clients. Let's be honest, we're talking clients. No clients, no business, right? Clients, cash flow, business, okay? So, the real tragedy is that, there's whatever statistic you look at, the vast majority of coaches do not make it into a full-time occupation. They have to supplement it with a job that perhaps they don't want to do, go back into a career that they really wanted to move on from. And that's really sad. It is sad because perhaps if that's you, if that rings a bell, you're not reaching the people who really need your help. You're not having the impact that you're here to have in the world. You see, I believe that we all have a destiny. We all have a destiny. I believe we all have, particular things that we're here to do. And if we don't do it, we're not going to have that feeling that we're living our life on purpose. We're not going to have that feeling of achievement. We're not going to have that feeling of accomplishment. We're just not going to feel fulfilled. There's always going to be that itch, that irritation, that we're not quite in our groove. We're not quite in the place that we should be in. So I don't want that to happen to you. If that's you, it doesn't have to. It just doesn't have to. But if you're doing something that's not getting you the results that you want, can you see that you may need to do something different, okay? I'm going to cover all of that tomorrow, Thursday the 20th, at the very special launch of the Coaching Pod. And I'll put the link in. It's completely free, by the way. So tomorrow is completely free. And I want to just start with a little bit of a preview, just to get you thinking, right? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, let's just take a breath. Let's just take a beautiful breath in and out. Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Okay, so here's where to start in order to feel really confident, comfortable, and congruent with what you do. The place to start is not out there. The place to start is inside you. Because the way that you feel about yourself is what you're going to give off to others. Your confidence in yourself is what people are going to pay you for, right? It's so important that you can embed that feeling of confidence. For example, my son went for this job in this top barbers in London last week. Now, he was pretty competent. I mean, he was punching above his weight, truth be told, because he doesn't have that much experience. But you see, here's the interesting thing. He didn't get the job. And the reason he didn't was not because of his competency, not because of his skills. It was actually because of his lack of confidence in himself, in his skills. And what that meant was that his discomfort was obvious. And the owner obviously saw that that wouldn't work. So you see, it's very important that regardless of the skills that you have, that you embed deep confidence and you exude confidence and conviction to others. That is what lets them feel safe with you and confident with you and actually spend money with you, right? So how do you get that? Lovely to see you all there. Tell me if this is making sense, this deep feeling of confidence, congruency, conviction that just there is just, you know, what people see and feel from you. It's just written all over you, right? It's what you exude. It's the feeling they get from you. So how do you begin to get there? Well, first of all, I'll tell you the biggest mistake that I see a lot of people making, and I've spoken to a lot of people over the years. The biggest mistake is this. They want to scrub out their past. They want to erase the past. They want to take a big jumbo rubber and go, nah, that's over. That's not me anymore. This is me. And they want to like have this ground zero thing where they position themselves from the moment they finished their training, the moment they got their certificate, and everything else is scrubbed. That's crazy. That's really crazy. By the way, I forgot to put in my earpods. Can you believe that? Can you believe that I brought them up specially, obviously, to my new room that I'm speaking to you from? So I were up until now, but this will be better for sure. So, past, okay? Number one, past. It is imperative that you reclaim your past and you carry it forward into your present and into your future, because that will give you the added depth and frankly the added uniqueness that you need, because you don't need me to tell you, just getting rid of this, you don't need me to tell you that you're in a very crowded marketplace, right? When Be Your Own Life Coach came out 22 years ago, that was a completely different world, very little competition, completely different world and marketplace. And now your biggest challenge, one of your biggest challenges is to get seen and heard and stand out in all of that noise and busyness that we have in our world today, right? So it's imperative that you see the connection, that you join up the dots, that you pull the thread through your life, frankly, from your earliest day. Now, don't get me wrong. Nobody wants you to write a whole big epistle and memoir and autobiography about who you are. People haven't got the headspace for that, believe me. This is an internal thing in the first instance. You've got to delve within and you've got to join up the dots and pull the thread through and see the connection, right? And then you can begin to feel that deeper confidence within yourself. And when you feel that, you convey it to others, okay? So past, I'm giving you three P's here. Yeah, I've got 3 P's. So past, very important. Number 2, proof. Proof that you can help that client, that ideal client, that person that you want to help with a particular problem. Now, I know everybody has done a lot of training and they've got qualifications and certificates and Lord knows what. It's not enough. What you really need and what people really want from you is to know why you care. And the answer for that is in proof, is in the proof that you had or you understand that problem. You either had a particular problem similar to theirs, and therefore you understand it and you care about helping them overcome it in the way that you did. Or you have some experience in some way of that problem. So past, proof, and the third one is, I've just gone with paragraph. What do I mean by paragraph? I mean, you need to be able to convey yourself in what I call a powerful positioning paragraph. So we're talking about 5 lines, 5 sentences that position you to your ideal client, to the people that you want to reach, quickly and clearly. And of those 5 sentences, 4 or 5 sentences, the first one is the most important, obviously. Because if you're not grabbing people's attention, hello, you're not grabbing people's attention at all. Now, the biggest mistake that I see people making, it's very understandable, but it's not a good thing to do. They start off with presenting their qualifications, right? All that great stuff that they've studied so hard for and spent so much money on getting. They start off with all of that. Trust me, that is as boring as can be. That's not what people want in that first sentence. What they want to know is, what is the problem, i.e. the problem that they've got, that you address, that you help fix. So you want to get as much in that first sentence that connects to your potential client as possible. Make it about them. The place where you put in your formal qualifications, all those CBEs and JBDs and MAs and Lord knows whatever, it's actually at the very end. It's pretty much the last sentence, because at that point, if people are still reading, that's when they're curious about that other stuff, right? But not at the very beginning. So is this making sense, my darlings? So I'm talking about this inner game, right? How to create this inner feeling of qualification. Because I have spoken to so many people over the years who have taken so much training, who have very impressive qualifications. I mean, I'm talking about an MBA, like that level. And they do not feel enough. They do not feel qualified enough. They do not feel ready. They don't feel credible. Can you see what madness that is? And if there's even a hint or a smidgen of you not feeling ready, qualified, and good enough to offer the service you want to offer, that's going to get in the way of your success. Why? Because people will pick up on it. People will feel it. It will also cause you to be hesitant in the way that you promote yourself. You may really hold back from promoting yourself. You may hold back from doing things like this, going live on camera, connecting with people, being seen, being heard, frankly, all the stuff that it takes, So it's so important that you connect deeply and nurture that feeling of qualification to give you that feeling of credibility so that you can exude confidence, not in an arrogant way, like, I'm so great. No, that's not confidence. That's just plain arrogance, which comes from insecurity. We don't want insecurity. We want a lovely, deep foundation of solid composure and confidence that is solidly based on you, on who you are, what you're bringing to the table, what you're bringing to the party, that positions you uniquely to do what you do. I'm talking about what is beyond formal qualifications. I'm going to be honest with you, in the work that coaches do largely, now I'm not talking about dentists and doctors here, but I'm talking about the sort of service that perhaps you offer, I offer, the formal qualifications, truthfully, are the least important. I speak as someone with no formal qualifications at all. To do what I do. But can you see the irony of people coming to me to get help, to position themselves, to feel credible, to feel confident, to feel ready to do what they do. And they have qualifications like to the hilt. And I don't have any. I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm really not. I'm saying that paper qualifications are not enough. They're just not. To give you that deep feeling of credibility. So I'm laboring this point because it's so important and because it's within your grasp to give yourself this permission to do what you do and to connect deeply to the real you, to what's relevant in your past that positions you and qualifies you to do what you do today. So let me know if this is making sense. Can I get a yes there, please? I'm going to read these comments in a minute and I'm going to quickly put the link to tomorrow's event, and I'll be talking about a lot of practical stuff tomorrow as well. A lot of practical stuff because I've got about 90 minutes. I'll be with you tomorrow, 6 o'clock UK time. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. I'll be here 12 o'clock, same time. I was a bit late today, but I'll be 12 tomorrow. All right, my darlings, thank you so much for being here. Absolute pleasure. See you soon. Bye.